There we go. Now we're up and running. How is everybody? Oh, gracious me. Here we are. All right, guys, we are going to attempt to make a horse track. Very simple. I did forget one thing, but that's okay. I can catch that up later. Um, but hopefully you'll enjoy this little tutorial. Now, I'm keeping this so simple, guys. I'm going to be using this with the seniors that I work with in my main day. And my thing is crazy. Now it's straight. Whew. All right. So, let's start from the very beginning. Last year, I made a item that we still use in my center that I work in, and we have a lot of fun with it. But I want to add to it. And last year, we made this pool table. Let me see it. So I thought it'd be fun to make a board right here that can be inserted in it. I had to go buy another one. My saw broke, guys, and we're getting another one. It's just not here yet. So this is going to sideways. I cut it just enough where it can slide right into here. You see that? So now I can have two games in one. That is my plan. Now, with the first game, the pool table, we play pool, and we also use the pool as golfing, and we golf on this as well. And we use 6 holes, of course, but they can either do it by pool or by golfing. Now, we made that last year, okay? This year, we're making a horse track. Because I kind of like horse racing, guys. And it's not that I gamble. I don't. I like to watch the excitement of who's going to win, who's going to, whatever happens in horse racing. It just is so exciting. And that finish line, guys, is always like the best. So I decided I was going to make a horse track. So let's start with a horse. Of course. Now, this will be, I believe, a pretty simple thing. Now, I got this horse for $1.24 from Hobby Lobby. And so I'm just going to take those off because we're not going to need them. The prices anyway. I keep all my games that I make. I don't leave them there for others. I take them. I exchange my games. I could leave them there if I ever leave there. I know someday I will leave there, and if I do leave there, I'll probably be moving in there. Not. This is my own joke. Okay, so we're going to make some darker brown. I don't want to go dark black, but I do want a darker brown than what I have here. And this is glossy paint. Let me grab my black back here. Just a wee squirt. Just make it a little darker. Maybe I'll keep that here just in case I need it. And, some games that we get can be very complicated. So we're going to make this as simple as we can. Now I'm just going to add the black in here, make it a little bit darker. I'm going to turn as dark as I wanted, but it's fine. It is a bit darker. I thought it would be a little bit more darker, but we're just going to go with that. We're going to paint this up. We're also going to use the regular brown. And it's a dark chocolate is the color I usually use. It's dark chocolate. And I use the glossy enamel generally. And I'm going to spray my little container. Okay. I had my spray just a second ago. I just used it. Guys, I moved everything for my big board could sit on here, and now I can't find it. Stinking thing. It's right behind me. Goodness sakes. I'm just going to put a light. That's all the water I'm going to use. Did you see that? Just a light spray. And I'm going to add my brown. That's probably more than enough. And I'm going to be using these half beads. They look like, and they're very, they look like this. They're little half beads. And we're going to use that around the center of the horse. And that's going to go around the game. Thought I had one more in there. And of course, you're just going to move these around, get them all coated up. Very simple, right? So far, everything is so simple. You gotta keep it that way. Okay, that should be pretty well covered. Let me just move my horse for a second. And I need a bag. And we're going to lay him right on here. And we're just going to set it on the floor and let him dry. Let me move this so I don't spill it. Might make that a little bit darker. This can be brown. Of course, now I'm just going to dump this on my bag. Always one in there, it won't come out. Flip them over. It all takes a little bit of time. I'm more concerned about the top half being covered than the bottom half. But I put enough paint on them that they should be just fine. I was going to do my sweatshirt, guys, and I decided to do this. I thought maybe some of you might be kind of tired of working on the sweatshirt when it's kind of the same thing. So when I get it all done of my areas all the way around, then I'll continue the same process as what I've been doing. So I figured you'd like to see something different. So I'm just setting these apart, and then I'm going to just give them a quick dry, and then they can dry the rest of the way. Getting them for the tops are up. Man, these stick together like so well. Didn't expect that to be so tough. So it looks like I have them all upside right. Looking all very nice. Pull these out first. Of course I didn't. Leave that open. We'll need that. And now we're going to just dry them up real fast. And then we're going to do the horse. Then we're going to also, this is going to be kind of a big game because that is a big board to cover. But I got it. I figured it out. And like I said, I'm keeping it simple. Tomorrow we'll make the dice. Um, glass doesn't come off as nice. It stays on me pretty well. All right. So now I'm just going to dry these up real quick. Just a bit. I'm not going to need it right away, but give it a head start. How is everyone? Hi, Karen. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Eleanor. How is everyone? Guys, can you keep Tennessee and Missouri and all those places, Mississippi, all those places? Oh my goodness, there's so much going on in the world. Keep them in your heart and the prayers. So much going on. Okay, so we got a good start to dry. Nothing over major there, just a quick dry. And I'm gonna just set them. I'm gonna set them over on this side. I'm so left-handed. This side, I work from the left to the right, guys. Perfect. They look like good chocolate drops. All right, keep it down a little bit. That wasn't very exciting there, was it? Now we're going to do our horse. And we'll see what this color brown looks like on it. I have these two little boards. I'm going to put the horse on like so. Now, to me, it doesn't matter which way the horse goes. You can do it this way or this way. I like it to start like the way it's going to go around the game board is the way I like to have the horse. Now, that's just me. You can do it whatever way. So this horse is going to be brown. Well, let's give it a first coat of brown. Let's get a different brush. That will be a little easier to paint with. Oh, much better. Being that this is going to be like our centerpiece, because it is going to be our centerpiece. I was thinking a dark brown would be really nice. Now this is a cardboard cutout. I also got at Hobby Lobby on their clearance. Like I said earlier, I believe it was Hobby Lobby I got it. Okay, now we're just going to pick it up. And you certainly are going to do your edges. Absolutely. Now, if you want it darker, do a second coat. Not worried about the underneath. That's going to be glued on. I'll be using wood glue for that. I'm going to keep my finger spot dry for the moment. Just makes it easier to go back and touch up my finger than it is to um, move it and stick my finger in it. Very simple. And then this little horsey is going to sit over on the right side here and dry up as well. You might need two coats. We'll have to see. Just a good old-fashioned brown horse. Might add some black details to it, or maybe even, does a horse have white on them? Like their manes? I still haven't moved my fingers. They're in the same position. We'll give them some black hooves. Like I said, this is going to be an easy game. And the way I'm going to do it, as I paint, I'll tell you how we're going to play the game. So if you're thinking about this might be a fun idea, you might be right. I think this will be a very fun idea, especially for a change of pace in my with my group. So we're going to use two dice. One dice is going to be the horse. Even though it's the next person's turn, the horse number that comes up, 1 through, we're going to do 4 horses. Because we're keeping it simple. So the one that's going to be one of the horses, just a minute, I lost my thought. I had it and I just lost my brain. Just a minute, it's catching up. It's been a long day. Okay, now I'm going to do, it's soaking in like so fast. It's unbelievable. I'm going to go over the top one more time. I totally missed this whole leg. Or maybe it's soaked in. It's really pretty brown, especially with that little bit of black in it. So I'm going to give it another just top coat to take out any brushes. So on dice number 1, that's going to be the horses. I'm going to put horses on there. And then I'm also going to put horse goes back 1. Because we're only going to have 4 horses. So we're going to have 2 extra numbers that we are, you know, going to be able to have some fun with and compete against. And yeah, they're going to bet. We're going to bet Monopoly money that we don't use. So I'm just getting this. All right, now I'm going to add some black to this. Hello, Patricia. Hi, Della. Hi, Kathleen. Didn't make something like this for your brother for Christmas. I made him his horse. Yes, I did, but not this horse. This is the same horse, but this is going to go on the game. His horse is sitting on his computer right there. He said I had to pay for the for him to go to the Kentucky Derby. Not this year. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit blacker. This brown. Actually, I don't like that color. Let's save that. That might go good for the feet. Yeah, that's not good. My brother, I made for Christmas, guys. I made him a Kentucky Derby winner's horse, and that was all pretty. I liked it. Yeah, put this in a different spot because it don't have a lid on. I make such a mess. Um, and he's going to keep that, but this is just going to be the horse game. I'm not going to need much black. We're going to use black. I have a little bit of brown in my brush. That's fine. And that's going to go in the main area. And again, I'm not doing it over fancy. Just be the middle of our board. Now I hit that just a bit, so we'll touch that up. And we're going to do the tail brown as well. Brown and black. Very simple, right? Full hooves, just a little bit darker. Then Mr. Horse is going to go sit down. He's going to dry up. Oh, shoot. Love it when I make a mistake. Wipe some of that off. It's soaked in enough that I can do that. Okay, so our horse is all painted. Mr. Horse, peel him off. Show ya. That's what he's going to look like. Just simple horse. He's going to sit down here too. There we go. All right. Lots of brown, right? Okay, so now we're going to make this brown. That's ugly gray. I'm going to put those two together. Now these are going to be a light brown. So we're going to take some brown and my gold. I left my gold back here. I'm not going to work that hard. Because this is going to be the boards. This is going to go around. These are going to have the numbers on them and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to need some brown. We probably need a little more on that. Got to buy some paint pretty soon. And we are going to add in some sparkle. Brand new bottle, don't want to come out. See this one that we're going to use. And we're going to use some gold. Now don't worry, whatever I don't use gets reused. We use quite a bit. And this is metallic gold. That's just going to bronze up the brown just a bit. Sorry about that. Okay, now I need one more sheet. Now this is brown, gold, and Mod Podge Sparkle. And we're going to just mix it up. It's going to give it a bronzy kind of ground look. And we're going to paint all 12 of these. Kind of gives it a dirt look. That's the color I'm looking for. Now these are coasters, friends. These are just cardboard coasters, but they work great for game pieces. So we're just going to set them here. Just 6 at a time. You'll need 12 of the coasters. Now all this is going to have to dry overnight. So tomorrow we're going to put the numbers on and put it all together. So we're just getting the game pieces ready. And tonight we'll also make the big board, which would be really cool to do. So you just simply take your brown mixture and you're going to just paint these brown, not too hard. Now these boards do like to, I'll press them once they're dry to make sure they stay flat. And I just use my my press, my what's that called? My heat press, my Cricut heat press. And it kind of looks like a dirt brown. Like so. I'm keeping some of this gold brown because we're going to need some in the middle maybe. Where's my other brush? That works so much faster. I'm taking out any little clumps because tomorrow when I put on the Chalk Couture numbers, I'm going to switch brushes. sure I got the black out. Normally it's not my brush I paint with, but and this is glossy enamel as well with metallic and sparkle in. And you'll see it once it dries, it will sparkle some. Now on your racetrack, we have 12 furloughs, they call them. So these will be the 12 furloughs. Minus a few little, Kathleen's spreading them out a little bit. And then I'm also going to, hopefully tomorrow, be able to go get some horses. I'm actually going to look on Amazon if they have little horses that will be good game pieces. Now, guys, I don't gamble. My brother might, but I don't. So don't think I'm a gambler or anything like that. So I do like to horse around and play games like this just for fun. I wouldn't even know how to bet if I had to. That's how good I am at betting. Now our big board is going to be all green with um, these around it, and then the horse in the center, and then the brown beads around that. And the brown beads are darker, so that will look like a little fence around it. Okay, so the first set is painted. Very simple. There. But I had another board here just a second. We'll lay these 6 down here. This is what they look like. Very simple. I'm just going to take my brush over the edge. And over major. And a lot of people don't even see that. But I know if I don't paint it, it's going to bug the daylights out of me. Most of it's painted. It's just some areas didn't. I don't know if you can see the sparkle in that, but it's just enough to make it look roundish. And they dry fast because the paint absorbs in. So it will have another look as it dries. It will get lighter. Not real light, but lighter. Now on the dice, let's go back to the dice. Boy, my ADHD is just a flying tonight. It really is. Oh, those look super nice. The first one is for the horse. That will determine your which horse is going to move. And then the second dice is the spaces. And the second dice is going to be where they move to. Or they might go back behind the last horse. Different things like that. Those are what you're going to have on there. Very simple to do this. And then we're just going to be using wood glue because most of this is wood. Paper is wood. Hot glue might hold some of it, but wood glue would hold it better. Got my fingerprints. I missed a corner. All right. And then we have 6 more to do of these. And we're ready for the big game board. This gold brown, guys, is one of my favorite colors. It really is. Orange, gold brown, and yellow are my favorite colors. Red is my second choice. People say, oh, you look so good in red. It's not my first choice. I like orange, browns, and I love black. Black is number one. All right. I put my other 6. So now we're just going to paint up these other 6 very fast. 5 and 6. Same thing. Super cool. At least one on my side freezes. At least on my side you froze. I'm sorry. Deb, I don't know why I freeze. Sometimes I do. It could be somebody trying to contact me through Facebook. That will sometimes put a freeze on it. Sorry about that. If you have a lot of issues with that, jump over to YouTube. I'm on YouTube, guys, right now. And that's Crafting Time, just like, well, this page is Crafting Time Kathleen on Facebook. And on YouTube, it's Crafting Time. Look for my logo, because there's other people trying to steal my name. So typical in this world, right? Steal everybody else's stuff. And they do. Terrible. Just simply paint these up. No big deal. And these are just coasters, guys. You can get these. Well, I got mine off of Amazon. I got 500 of them or something like that. I'm down to my last maybe 100. They weren't very much, of course, because they're just little cardboard printers. Now, I will tomorrow. I will certainly have to probably use my press to flatten them a little bit more. Depends. My basement's cool, and on the floor it's colder, so they're, heat makes them kind of roll sometimes. So we'll see. My residents are all excited about this. And what's kind of fun about this, the way I do this game, guys, is nobody has, like, you can have them all take turns rolling the dice. But lots of times my seniors like to watch me roll the dice and move their peoples or their whatever their choice of character, and they like to watch. And then they say, "We won," or "You won," or it's like, "No, I wasn't playing. You. This is you." So you have to adapt it to whatever you can when you play for whatever age. Just like you do any game, guys. Just make it easy for them. And if you have children playing this, they can do the same. There's no reason why they can't do this. When you use dice, there's no cheating. It is what it is. Well, there'll be arguments, don't worry. That's what people are good at, right? Okay, so now we got these all done. So let me just go over my edge. I thought I got my edges, but obviously I didn't. If these are dry enough, I might be able to just glue them on right away. We'll see. I don't damage them with my fingernails here. Some people like to use, if you don't want to use coasters, you can use sandpaper, friends. Sandpaper is also a nice um, game piece. It gives you texture, especially like if you're working with horses, it gives that little extra texture. Um, People like to touch, you know, give them something to touch. At least my side is. I'll go back and look at my video and see. I always watch my videos, guys. Did you know that? Check out my videos every night. Last thing I do before I go to bed, I say my prayers. I watch the videos, and then I pray I fall asleep. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I lay there for a long time. It's all easy stuff, guys. But when you make anything, it takes time. So you always have to, you know, give yourself the time to make it. My brother, he'd rather go to the horse track than play a game. But we like horses. We like to watch them race. I'd love to go see some wild horses and see them run. That would be like so cool. But here in the city, we don't see wild horses. Okay, so that is nicely done. And the sparkle, if you can see the sparkle there. Okay, so those are going to dry. I'm going to move this right back here. Might need that brown. Wipe this off. These won't stay up. All dry, Johnny. These are just wet wipes of Guys, if you ever want to know a good trick, that this stuff here, Bath and Beauty um, eye makeup remover, works so nice on getting paint off stuff. I ran into this stuff and I thought I had a brush that I couldn't get clean whatsoever. And I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta get that clean. I need that one brush. I didn't have another one that would work. And so I put that. And man, my gosh, I had the best brush. It was like brand new. And I get it at the Dollar Tree. And it's so nice. It puts my brushes right back in order and I can use them. And as you saw, it took off this enamel paint very nicely. All right. Grab a paper towel. Now we're going to do some moving of some stuff, so you're going to have to give me 1 second because the big game board's going to come up here. And I'm just going to dry this off. So, make sure I don't have anything. Now I'm flipping that over so it's dry. And the wet side on the other side will hold it down. Okay, so now we're going to do the big game board. And we're going to move all this stuff. All but the green. We're going to use the green, glassy green right here. Oops, sorry. Where'd it go? There you go. And we're also going to be using a little bit of the turf. Black. Everything a little bit farther over. Looking good. Now my game board does hang off the edge here, so it is going to be what it is. Let's see I don't get my shirt all green. Now I suggest that you take your sander that I just moved and sand your edges. You don't take your sander and sand it off. I have to do some trimming. Get that one little piece that always wants to hang on. Now I only had to cut it like 1/8 of an inch off. Or about. Okay. So this looks like the side I'm going to use. Also, friends, I know you watch me and everything, but you might have, when I come close to my camera, it might shut off a little bit. You know, it's like us blinking. Um, that could be another thing that I don't think I can change. Be careful, my horse is down here. We're simply just gonna I'm going to use some Mod Podge, and I'm going to use the glitter because that's what actually I'm going to use the hard covering along with the green. And before it dries, I'm going to poof it with some of the turf. That is my goal. I'm going to use my brush that had all the brown, the black, the same brush. Oh, open up. Wipe that off a little bit. Making sure most of the brown is out. I'll just put that right down here. Okay. So now we're going to do some more mixing. This time I'll be using the Mod Podge hardener hard coating along with the, this is a brand new one, so it will be fresh. Get my scissors somewhere. There we go. Squeeze it, and sometimes it pops open for you. All right. So, we're going to put some hardener in here. Maybe not that much. I usually do it down to that, just below the first line of my cup. And it's very runny. I'm using my glassy green. I'm just going to mix the two. Now, being that we're going to be using the turf on, I'm not going to add sparkle. You can if you want. It's your choice. Make sure you mix your hardener and everything. And make sure it stays down. I'm going to start farthest away, and I'm just going to paint this. I don't know if you can see. I'll lift it up a little bit. Just a pretty green. And it's just a nice green. And I'm going to do a small section at a time. I'm not going to do the edging of it unless it just naturally happens, because it's going to sit inside that other game board. And we're making a horse track. So the horse track itself are those little pockets that we just did. This is going to be my own creation of the horse track, guys. Is it going to be a perfect horse track? Of course not. Kathleen doesn't do that. Time to take out my brush loads here. I'm going to move that up a little bit. My brush marks, I should say. And the hardener helps it dry like kind of quicker. Okay, so as you see, I got the top half like almost done here. So now before it hardens and dries, I'm just going to poof it. Not necessary. It just kind of gives it the grass look. Just tap it off. And it gives it the kind of the dirty grass. Now, some people don't like that. I think it's kind of cute. Oh, I had my fingers right in the paint. Kind of good at that, guys. You could also have used what's that stuff called? Felt. FYI. I'm just doing a little bit. And then I'll brush off whatever doesn't stay. But a horse track is not ever like really clean. At least the ones I go to. Um, when I went with my mom stuff, the family would all go. I'd just go there to eat. Well, I know a lot about tracks and such. I watch all the Kentucky Derbies and stuff, but I don't bet. I just enjoy the races. When you poof it, it um, it makes it kind of nice for the um, it spreads it out. That's what it does. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I'm so screwed up in my words tonight, but so be it. Switch hands. Okay, we're almost ready to put this thing together, guys. I'm kind of excited. I'm gonna pull out my see that hardener just hardens up like so fast. I love that Mod Podge hardener. Don't say that too fast, Kathleen. nice shirt all dirty. I'm just going to tap it down. All right. Looking good? I got a cute little teddy bear there. How about that? Hello there, Teddy. All right. Shake up my skirt here a little bit. All right. First things first is grab my wood glue. I gotta move this over. And we're also going to use, let's see, I had another wood glue that was better. Use my other one. Just a minute. I just gave myself green. So Horsey's going to sit here in the middle. Maybe we should dry this first. Dry it up just a bit. The middle needs to be dry. Now just like so. And that hardener is already like really dragged on. Let me just grab my other glue. It's just right here. Oh, well, maybe I can. There we go. I'm going to use a cup and a brush. Ooh, I won't need that much. Gracious me. Getting carried away again. Happens sometimes. All right. So first things first is we're going to put our horse in the middle of the game board. It's still wet. And I'm going to have to stand up. We're also going to be using these beads. They're right here. I'm going to put those right there. The horsey is. So our horse is going to go in the center, approximately. It's all nice and dry already. What I love about my floor, these are going to go around. I'll rearrange it in just a second. Gotta get my exercise in, you know. So these are gonna go here around our board. Now they're gonna have numbers on them tomorrow. Look how nice and glossy that is. Super, super cute. Nice and bright. Okay, so now I gotta get these into format that will be acceptable. I'll show you what it's gonna look like. That looks super nice. Kind of guiding off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, I did it right. It didn't look right, guys. Okay, so the board's gonna look something like so. So as you can see, it's going to be pretty big. It's a pretty big board. And then our beads are going to go around into the center. I did enough. They will be side by side. So give you just an idea. I'm just going to use my wood glue and I'm going to glue them around. Our game pieces might have to move in a little bit, but we'll see. Pretty sure I did enough to go around. I tried to pre-measure. Spread out just a little bit. You can move down a little bit. See how pretty this is? Another nice round circle. Out just a little bit because I have a couple extra. And again, it's all about just textures, guys. I'm just adding texture and fun to our game board. Spread them out just a little bit more. Probably do some adjusting as I go around. I did make a few extras because I thought I might lose one. But there you go. That's kind of what it's going to look like. And then each of these little boards will have the number 1 through 12 on it. So when you roll the dice, you'll be able to move all just up a little bit because this side's like way down. That is what I'm going to do now, is to glue it all on. That's going to take time. You don't have to watch me glue. That's very silly. Um, over just a bit. Move those up. But anyway, that's what it's going to look like. That is my horse track. It's different. I didn't have enough beads to go around on the outside, but that's okay because it's going to sit inside of this. This is the other game board that we have. This is our golfing pool golf that we have. It'll be super cool, and it should work very nicely. Now tomorrow we'll do the dice and we'll do the numbers. Tonight I'm just going to glue it into place, and I might do the numbers tonight later. We'll see. I might just let it sit and dry and then put these and the horse on for tonight. Get it to really stay. Well, I hope you like this, guys. Uh, Super fun. There is, a little bit of work to this, but every game has work when you make a homemade game. Hope you like it. Thanks for coming. I'm going to do the gluing offline because it's going to look like this when you're done. When I'm done, it's going to look like this, maybe even better. And we'll see you all later. Thanks so much for coming, and have a lovely night. And I hope you like this. See you tomorrow.